Am I overreacting for banning my son's friend from any more playdates after I had to help him wipe? For some context, my youngest is 6 years old. He's potty trained and I've always taught him and my other kids when they were younger how to wipe and take care of toilet time themselves. All of my kids knew how to use the bathroom properly by age 4. Accidents did still happen, but that's just standard. My son recently made a new friend, also 6, at his school. He seems to be a new addition in his class as my son tells me he's not been there before, and I've also not seen the child before up until a few weeks ago. Yesterday at pickup, my son and his new friend run up to me to ask if he can come over for dinner. I'm a firm believer in meeting the parents first to discuss anything important like allergies, health issues, and also just because it should be the standard to at least know a little bit about the parents. Before I could actually get a yes or a no out, the boy's mom comes over and says she'll pick him up at 7. This put me on the spot, so I said that's fine, even though it felt a little weird that she didn't seem concerned about who her child was going off with. We exchanged numbers, and I took the boys back to ours. About an hour in, I hear my son's friend calling for some help while he was in the bathroom. He told me he's done his poo and needs me to wipe. Honestly, I was taken aback because my own son knows how to do this, and I wasn't made aware by the boy's mom that he didn't know how to wipe yet. I also just felt uncomfortable with it, since I wouldn't want a stranger wiping my child, so I didn't want to be doing that to someone else's child who I hardly even know. It just felt morally wrong to be doing this without explicit permission from a parent. I tried to talk him through it with the door closed, which took a while, but finally it all seemed fine and he came out. 7 p.m. rolls around and finally his mom comes to pick him up. I explained the situation to her as nice as possible and said that respectfully, until her son knows how to wipe himself, he shouldn't be going to play dates and that until then, he can no longer come over. She didn't say anything and left pretty abruptly. Later on, I get a message from her saying, I was wrong to not have helped as now he had poop all over his backside, which is why I should have helped. I explained again that I wasn't comfortable doing that with someone else's child, especially when I wasn't notified about it beforehand. She called me petty and cruel for leaving him like that and said I was massively overreacting. I feel bad for leaving the child like that, although I didn't know he was covered in poo and definitely wasn't going to check if he had wiped properly. But I also feel as though my reasoning was valid.
Man, that's weird. Oh my, 6 years old, like 2 years past, like wiping time, and you just like,
what does he do at school?
Right, and you just let him as a parent. You're just like, yeah, peace, buddy, like
and
with no pre-warning.
No warning.
Like that's a significant thing.
That is a significant thing. You should most definitely be telling the other parents if this is